everyone, and welcome to Wednesday Night D&D. We're going to have fun, we're going to roll dice, we're going to tell stories. But before we get into that, let's knock a few things out. If you don't already know so, my name is Brandon Ross, and soon you will see my lovely table members who, for reasons unknown, continue to show up and play this game with me. I'm not paying them. I don't know why. But who knows? If you haven't done so already, do us a huge favor. Head over to our link tree, follow the URLs across the interwebs, as you kids call it, and click on all the links. Hit the follow, the bells, the bell bottoms, maybe even jazz it up a bit with some comments. Who knows? I'm trying to see how many old school references I can put into one single announcement.
Somebody has had entirely too much caffeine.
I hope so, because buddy, I basically took a nap last night instead of sleeping, so we'll see how it goes. And I'm passing the chaos on to you.
Isn't that the norm?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm about to say, if you don't do that, we'll wonder what the hell's going on.
What's wrong with me?
Right.
Yeah. Also, if you want, I don't know how to put this, just a direct way to say hi, interact with the community, share memes, talk life, have fun, play some D&D. Join our Discord. We have 2 of them. The first one being, of course, the official Player Hater Gaming Discord, where you can do all those things, and we'll just have a blast building a great community. But if you're looking for a place that is specifically focused on playing D&D over a text-based Wes Marches style server, look no further. I'm not qualified to speak on this, but we've hired a specialist to let you know all about it.
Don't give him
Dr.
an
Mav Hunter.
Hired.
Please.
Hired.
Like
Damn paycheck at this
Right.
rate. Shit.
Sorry,
Yes.
we're kind of losing you through the tunnel. If maybe we'll come back to you.
I see how it is. Just use me and abuse me. All right.
Speak.
All right. Anyway, let's say for a fact that all of you want to play and wreck this man's world if you were to become a part of that one, if he ever decides to make one. But we do have another one called the Shirma, where we all have fun and make chaos in our own little ways, where you can make your own character and somebody will gladly help you design it, explain how things work, why rangers are badass even if everybody says they're not. Because trust me, the new ones that are coming out look very, very interesting from what
If you
I
want to
saw.
make a good ranger, just play a fighter.
Listen, all right, shut up. All right. But let's say the fact that you want to just wreck everyone around you, because how dare they make fun of all of your ideas? You have beautiful story points. You have a wonderful idea that you could flesh out, make it into a world. And guess what? The people who come along will either wreck it and you have to piece together the pieces consistently because you planned nothing of what they did, or you are pretty much putting down the rails and just going like, hey, this is the path. Can you follow? And just watch as they go, oh, look, there's a shiny over there. And you just have to like make things up on the fly. Don't worry. It's what we put him through every week because we cannot let him sit on his laurels. We need to make him earn them. Ask Red. She does that a lot to all of us anyway. But
Yeah, you want to see my
have fun.
session notes? Here's my session notes. It just says goblin ?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Though we have not. Let me not say anything before we start giving them ideas. But, like I said, join us in the Shirma. I'll tell you how to come up with story points, what to do with it, why the CR system is busted, and, in all honesty, what nonsense you can create just because you have spite fueling you. Trust me, there are many creatures that were born from spite. And because one person said, hey, this was too easy. This was the big bad.
Never say that.
Unless you want to be destroyed royally. Never say
That meme where it's like, oh, this is a fun boss fight. Oh, hey, there's music. Oh, there's lyrics. It's in Latin.
No. The order of operations is, hey, there's like 15 health pots. That's cool. Hey, there's
Forgot about that one.
15 ammo crates. Huh. Hey, there's a vendor here saying, oh, hey, you may want to buy some
Speaking of
stuff.
health potions, I do have a small bit of housekeeping to apologize for, Miss Nutmeg. I am very sorry. It will take 8 hours of effort to make one potion.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, that's after some research. That is what the rules came up with.
Okay.
I was gonna say, making anything, it takes 8 hours, regardless.
Most things, yes.
Okay.
I do know that if you're proficient with the herbalism kit, you can make up to 3 a day.
There you go.
Okay, so
Time to take that feat.
well, we're learning
Or are
it.
you already proficient with one?
Yeah, learn from Doc.
Yep.
He's proficient.
Learned it.
No, true. We'll figure that out. But I did
Yep.
want you to know I found that, and that is the call we're gonna have to
But
make.
yeah, that's it. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. Checks in the mail. Appreciate your efforts on that announcement.
This better
Also-
have a
Excuse me?
couple of this better have at least 5 zeros on it.
Nope.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
5
just
zeros.
5 zeros.
What
Point.
it is.
They're just
It's
on the
with
left.
decimal point.
Yeah, after the decimal
5
point
zeros
before.
with the decimal point in there.
Yeah.
Sure.
0.00005.
No. You see, unfortunately, it's
Exactly.
can't go anything below 0.00.
Oh, yeah. Anyways,
So,
if you guys
so
want to
it's
spend some other points-
5.0000.
Yeah, there it is. She gets it. If you all would direct your attention, my lovely viewers, to the top right-hand corner, you will see a familiar shaped dice there. If that number does not say 3, feel free to spend some channel points and give a little bit of help to our players. They are welcome to use that D4 on just about any D20 roll. And I may expand that here in the near future to give us some more versatility based on some other rules I've seen. But for now, that will be its purpose. You can also do the same for me, but I currently have 3 already, and they can use that to remove a D4 from one of my dice rolls. Yes. Also, if you want a way to influence the story directly, use the Deck of Situations. It is a custom-built deck that is in similar keeping to the Deck of Many Things, but this one is directly focused on influencing the story for you, our lovely viewers, to use as you see fit.
Don't worry, we try to make sure the fact we keep the deck filled, so you all have fun with it.
I think that's it. That's it. So, announcements out of the way, housekeeping done. Why don't we go ahead and let's get into tonight's episode of Tales of Skytorn. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as Post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the Realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril, a world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, for the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dragix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan,
the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard, unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. First off, shout out to a new follower today. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We hope we tell a great story and make you laugh, make you cry, make you question life choices. But we'll see.
Yes.
Last episode, we all tuned in and watched as the party that has come together under the single name of the Cursed Crew had made their way to Volantos, an island known for its artistry, crafts, a little bit of enchanting, but mostly the expression of art and things that make us, I'd say the things that make us human, but obviously in a fantasy world we have tieflings, ASMR, other creatures, but you get the gist when I say that. Things that make you feel alive. Or in the whole era of uprooting the islands and becoming the Skytorn realm, many things stood a chance to be lost. But thankfully, there was at least one group of people who sought to preserve such things for life moving forward. It would seem, however, during their travels within this island, they were able to link up with one of their familiar faces. A wizard seeming to be highly focused on teleportation magic, and things of that school, Zigmel Smilton. Having tracked him down and unfortunately may or may not have allegedly fallen just a little bit for his side door trap. It's okay. Nobody got hurt too much. There was a slight boot lost, but
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we had a slight memorial for a boot.
Yep.
It's fine. I didn't love that.
Through their conversation with this individual, they did learn, and also through seeing other things on this island, one of you has a particularly strong bond with one of the controlling families of this island. Through conversation and a bit of knowledge, poking and prodding, you found out there would be a kind of a swanky soiree happening in the next couple of days by a tacky but loaded house. You were told if you wanted to try and infiltrate, get to know this particular house a bit better, that had a link to one of you, to return in 4 days. Details will be given at a later time, and you are left to your devices. Making your way back to the ship, I'd say maybe an hour or two passed before eventually, Drakix, you would be grabbed from wherever you were, and you would be brought to the gangplank. Standing before you, Galen has grabbed you, and down on the docks still is a rather well-dressed courier, kind of looking up and just waiting. Galen kind of looks to you. Were you expecting something, Captain?
Yes. And he just
Oh.
walks down.
I think he has it. Oh, okay. You can't hear me anymore, you dick.
Drax just slowly turns from the corner of his eye. Immediately to him, I heard that.
Oh, good. I want to make sure we're getting too old. I heard your knees crack. Anyway, he just leaves.
Oh,
There's a slight eye twitch as he focuses back on the courier. Hello.
Curls up. Oh, hi, Captain Drakix?
Yes.
Ah, yes, I have. Oh gosh, 7 things to deliver to you and your crew.
Okay.
And he hands over a stack of papers.
He's gonna take the stack of papers and quickly look them over.
Looking over, you see they are a simple, kind of like a tri-folded pamphlet. On the front, it says, "You are cordially invited to the Garden of Masks. Soiree held by the House Carfine." And on the inside, it details out the theme of this particular party.
Great.
Okay.
Everyone must wear a magical or artistic mask that represents something about them, their life, or their core beliefs, or the life they've lived.
Okay.
Those without masks will not be permitted entry. You must have a mask and this invitation to be allowed in. We look forward to entertaining a divine experience.
Okay.
Player feels called out.
I don't want to say anything.
Player of the
Look, I know
doctor, roll
everyone
for
was
emotional
thinking
damage.
Look, I know everyone was thinking it. I decided to vocalize it.
Yeah. No, that's
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's going to take it, and also going to wonder who are the extras for. Because we are only technically 5.
Do you look through everything you were given?
Yeah.
Somewhere shoved in there is like a smaller piece of paper that's kind of folded in half.
Mm-hmm.
You open it up, it's just quick handwriting. It says, "Weren't sure how many you really had. Sent a few."
Got it. Okay. At this point, he just okay. And he kind of like takes them all. Beyond the invitations and a little note, was there anything else in
Oh,
there?
this. Well, here's the thing. Because of your background, I need you to give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
I have a D4. I'm just gonna roll it just because.
Okay.
That's a 13 total.
13 total. Looking at it, I'll say with your background, it would reduce the DC a bit. It looks legitimate. It looks well made, well crafted. But looking at it, as you kind of turn around and head back, the sun hits it just a bit. And you're like, hang on. You look, some of the ink is still fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knew. Even like when he first grabbed it in his hand, Drac already knew these are not true invitations, but they are legitimate fakes. So he's not questioning it. He's not going to bring any attention to it. He's just, they pass a cursory glance. That's all that matters. It is probably not the first time the fact that we've had to finagle our way into a party.
Yeah.
But Drac is definitely going to come up and look to everybody and just go, so, but then also rings Galen, and now I got to determine which one of our lovely crew is going to be brought as well.
Ooh.
Because if we got 7, we're going to be using all 7.
Trinket?
All right.
Jack of all trades?
I was thinking.
Or the Rune Master? Because magic mask and I don't know. Could be.
I was
What
thinking
you're
it.
looking for.
He's going to look to everybody. And wait, didn't we have a thief as well as part of them?
Probably.
Crap, I don't remember which one it was. Alright, it's fine. We'll figure it out later. But yeah, he's gonna look to Galen, the rest, and just go, so we need to put on our party hats. And yes, Galen, you are coming with.
Kind of turns, raises an eyebrow. You're going to let me off the ship.
Well, don't I already let you off the ship?
I mean, you do, but you don't always know about when I leave.
I always know when you want to leave. You make it clear when you want to leave. You make sure that I know that you're leaving the ship. So therefore, this is me inviting you to an event, but we cannot be overtly creating chaos.
Oh.
Once again, overtly. Covertly, yes.
We should bring Corina.
What
Are
is
they
she
just
doing?
going to be Galen's babysitter?
At this point, thinking of a name, at first you're like, who is that? And then you realize this person is a part of your crew, but they're like the definition of fly under the radar.
That's the reason why. There's nothing there. There's only question marks on the sheet.
Yep.
He goes, you know what? I know that she was here. I forget that she's here. She's perfect. So, yes, we need to all get masked based on something. Galen, I'm going to leave that up to you. Probably Doc has his own, because he's Doc, but
To pick my own, correct?
okay. He's going to
Or
wrap his
are you
arm.
sending me to pick one for everybody?
He's going to wrap his arm around Galen's shoulder. Galen,
Oh, these talks are never good.
what I want you to do is very simple. It's a simple task, even for you. You can't botch this up.
Kind of narrows his eyes at you. I know you're insulting me, but go on.
Listen, alright, there was one job, easy, that was supposed to be just a drop, and somehow we had half of the island after us. But that's
I
the point.
know you could hide the silver wire in the door frame, okay? If I
Now
would have
you
known
learn.
you could hide it, I would have cut it.
But now, what I need you to do is find a mask that would match everyone, per the requirements on these invitations.
And he starts to look over the crew. Okay.
Oh no.
I'm glad
Oh
we're-
no.
I'm glad
Me,
we're very next to it
please.
now.
He
Those
just
are
nods
my
his head.
partners represent me so well.
I can do this.
I know you can. Because I'm pretty sure the fact that we're going to be busy canoodling with everybody else, and therefore I need somebody who's going to be able to take the time. Yes, we're going to be end up schmoozing half of them to make sure the fact that they think that we're important. And that I have at least a chance to rob them. But anyway, besides the point.
So
What's
no.
going to be your stories?
Hmm?
What's going to be your covers?
I'm the captain. That's my cover. That's always been my cover. That will always be my cover.
Right, but and he like turns you a bit away from Levikazon. Look, I don't mean to be rude, but some of you.
I can still hear you.
That's quite simple. We are the main charter ship of the wizard Zigmel Smelton, and I am a creator for a recent invention of his.
Oh.
And Levikazon is my +1 as my fiance.
Right,
think
and if
you're
you don't
too
let me
smart
in the
for your
door,
own
I'll
good.
burn the whole place down. That's my cover.
Not quite sure that's gonna work.
He points his hand on your shoulder, Trakix. It's been great knowing you, Captain.
You're coming with us.
It was a
Unfortunately,
joke,
If
obviously.
something did go wrong, I would be most likely captured alive.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The plan is keep him out of their hands. And he points directly at Doc. Don't let Red burn everything to the ground.
Got it covered.
More challenging.
Nah.
Keep
Even-
Zon away from the watermelons at least until after the second half of the party, when everything starts to die down. We're gonna need to use her as a distraction at that point. As at that point, we should be able to determine where things are and what can be easily maneuvered.
You should put little pictures of watermelons on her mask. That'll work.
No.
That also would work too.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Why
We
not?
could-
It's something
we could actually make it-
absolutely
Make it
innocuous.
fancy. You just use the vine that the watermelon grows on and make
Right.
a mask.
Right, it's
No.
something
Galen is
innocuous.
visibly nodding his head.
Listen, it's something innocuous.
Oh.
It's something innocuous about you that won't
Yes,
matter in the
exactly.
long run that they can know without it coming back on us. I
Galen
couldn't.
just pat you on the shoulder, Trakix. See you in a few hours.
Perfect. Make sure that even it's
He heads off.
Yeah, he's
Like, as he's leaving,
at the
he
same time just
hears-
goes, Karina, can you just follow him? Make sure the fact that he does it right, please.
And she's like mid tie. drops what she's doing, and follows him.
As he's leaving, he hears in his mind, if you put watermelons on my mask, I will kill you in your sleep.
Can he choose to block you out?
No.
No.
Can he choose to end it when it starts?
No. It's not a thing.
That's not a
I'm
thing.
pretty sure it has to be a
No.
willing creature.
You can
Double
speak.
check
I think-
that.
You need to share a language with the creature for it to understand, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language. I give the creature. You can speak telepathically to any creature you can see within 110 feet.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't block it out.
No.
They don't have to respond. but
No,
they,
they
can't
don't
block
have to
it.
respond.
I love
So
Kalash.
the answer-
There you go. I
for,
put it
like,
in
the
roll
next
20.
hour, it's
Yep.
just
Yep.
him hearing Zon's thoughts.
She
Without
could just
even
talk in
meaning
his
to,
mind.
She forgets the fact that she's
Whatever.
still talking to him. Like, she's still like.
That
and
that
it's
does
just-
actually clarify though that you do have a range limit on it.
Well, that's
Yeah.
You
the
were wondering about
initial
It's
connection.
equal to 10 times your level. Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
I
okay,
don't.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that.
I'm
has
pretty sure
updates,
that-
hasn't it?
I'm pretty sure that applies at all times.
So, it can go up to 200 feet when we're level 20. That would be amazing. But that's all that I say to him. It's fine.
What do you say?
If you put watermelons on my mask, I will kill you in your sleep.
All you get back is, I've got a lovely bunch of watermelons.
Red doesn't know she said this, so she turns to Zahn. She's like, you do realize we need to put something absolutely just irrelevant on our masks, right? It needs to be something that cannot... What else would you have them put on your mask?
Something that
Corey?
I actually like.
You don't like watermelons, really?
No, you guys are making fun of them now.
Hold on.
No?
And Draco actually just goes like, no. I am not making fun of it. I am saying the fact that it is part of your skill set.
Right.
And therefore, it is good as a distraction as well as you showing off. I'm
You
not
don't
saying
think
the
that
fact
it's-
that it is bad.
I just,
I
You-
think I'm not
you-
making
you-
fun of it.
To just have
You
a
don't-
mask that represents Hasbing.
yeah, not watermelons. It could just
They
represent
don't-
Hasbing.
And what exactly would be on there? A map of Hasbing?
No,
You can have a bear, a wolf, a raven.
I could
and
literally
a
make
deer.
anything. Take
There's a
some
lot of
bones, take some leather and fur, and make a fucking mask, and I'm good.
Right, and then they'd be able to trace you back to Hasbing if something was to
Or
go
any
sideways.
other island that has a nomadic tribe on it.
I mean, she's also Kalashtar, so most Kalastars come from Hasbing anyways.
And, well, they won't be able to tell that I'm Kalashar unless I speak in their mind. But
Right.
also, like, I'm already as tall as fucking Dracus, not taller. They're going to notice me anyways. I'm not going to
Okay,
blend
so-
in.
You're just
Right.
an Amazon. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Listen, do you believe in the fact that Galen would actually come back with something nice for you? Because I think they
No,
would.
because he was
He's
saying,
going to
I've
screw
got
me
lovely bunch
over.
of watermelons. He was saying that.
Right.
He's not going to come
That
back with
does not surprise me in the slightest. Well, that's also the reason why I sent Karina, so we could be good.
Okay.
Karina lives
I
to hurt
hope
us.
so. I hope so.
Let
We'll be
me
fine.
let me ask
I'm
you
gonna
a
be
serious,
screwed at the end of this, but anyway.
let me ask you a serious question.
Yes.
We don't exactly want to be noticed or connected back to our families, right?
Not necessarily.
We've been on the run for a while.
Yes.
I've been on the run my entire life. So I know certain things will or very much could connect back to the people that we care about. My suggestion of watermelons, while it was slightly humorous, was serious. I didn't mean it to be making fun of you. It's something that I find enjoyable about you that is part of things that you can do and who you are that doesn't tie back to other people, just in case things go sideways.
I know. Question. As this is happening, is Antha on deck right now?
Yes. Your crew would be staying here while
Okay.
you were.
No.
and
hold on,
also
hold on.
within. Okay, go ahead.
As Red starts to talk, and Drac realizes the way this conversation goes, Drac looks to Antha, and in Antha's head, can you please record this on the magic stone for us? And then just after Red is done, hand it off to Zahn, and never say anything about what it is. This way, Zahn will always have a recording of this moment when Red was being nice to her.
Oh.
Yeah. Zahn looks over at Red. You can see her contemplating and understanding what you're saying. Can it just not be watermelons?
Right, pick something else. I don't care. Just don't. And not like we can tell Galen now. 'Cause
I
he's
can.
gone already, but something
out
that
of your
doesn't
range.
lead back to your people.
Listen, I trust him. He would find things that would be more suited to the four of you, and one thing that's ridiculously suited for me that's going to make everybody laugh, which is fine.
Also, just point aside, Galen's not stupid. He's not going to try and get us caught.
No.
Right.
Which is also the reason why I sent him.
He understands what we're needing. We need to have a little faith in him.
Or have faith in me, and I'll have the faith in him. Because if
I was
not,
gonna say-
I'll just tie him to like a couple of fishing rods, throw him overboard for a while, see how many cloud sharks we get for dinner.
I don't know. He's kind of skinny. He's more dexterous than beefy.
That's fine. He'll make enough flapping noise. Something's gonna come after him. Doesn't matter what it is, it'll be dinner at the end of it.
As probably one of the more cautious people here, they're still our crew. We need to trust them a little bit.
Yes. Fine, I'll let it be. Whatever it is. It's not like I can, change it. It's fine. Anywho.
So during the downtime of an hour we had back on the ship after I did the program delusion, he would be attuning to the hat of disguise.
Okay. Also, Drakex within that stack of papers was another kind of quick written note. Just had a business name on it, and that's it. And it just says the Aether Spindle.
Okay. And we had agreed to a time, correct?
Well, you were just told when the soiree was, and that he would get you.
No, for dinner tonight with him.
Oh yeah, it would be in about. From when you last saw him, it was going to be. You saw him kind of late afternoon, so. I don't think a time was truly established. The biggest thing he would have asked was, do you guys do a late dinner or an early dinner?
Late dinner, considering timing.
Then he probably would have told you shortly after sundown.
So we're getting to sundown-ish, right?
When Galen gets back, it will be in the earliest stages of sundown.
Okay. Yeah, at that point would be looking to see what he got us.
Well, when he comes back, he just has 7 little ticket stubs from various tailors.
Okay. Oh god. Drac is just gonna look at Karina and just be like, and just like have like a little like thumbs up, thumbs down. It's just like, how did it go? Kind of deal.
She just gives a thumbs up.
Okay.
However,
I'm just glad Doc already has all this stuff handled on his end.
Yeah. You're lucky that way.
The hat disguise. The way Doc's gonna use it, he's gonna give himself a tan and turn his hair from red to like a brunette
gotcha.
to start with. Make it just do subtle stuff for now.
Yeah.
Red.
Oh, and make it look like he has gloves on because he's not wearing his normal gloves anymore.
Got it.
Yes.
Red.
Mm-hmm.
As Galen and Corina return, did she always have the tips of her hair that color?
Yes.
You're not sure.
Oh wait, Karina?
Karina.
Corina.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my art for red.
No. Her. You noticed this, and only you.
Okay, what color are they now?
Her hair right now is currently kind of this deep auburn brown, but it almost goes to like black at the tips.
Uh-huh. And what were they before?
All brown.
Is it something magic? Can she tell?
How would you like to determine this?
Good lord.
Let's say, I also have an 18 perception. I think I would have noticed this too.
Is yours 18?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is. Sorry,
No worries. You're good.
there are other characters in here that also have the first letter of your name, so I skipped over yours. Yeah, you notice it too.
Wow.
Sorry.
She's gonna kind of look around to see if anybody else is noticing.
You see Trackus does the slightest of double takes. I would imagine he's always been a pretty not super reaction person unless something really scares the pants off of him.
Yeah,
Right.
There is like a slight like squeeze of the eye. Like it's just like just there for like a second. It's just like
Yeah.
She sends him a message subtly.
Okay.
Something different with her hair. What's going on? Is it her? Can you tell?
Drac is going to, for the time that we're still here, watch her every move and compare it to what it was before.
Okay.
To see if there's like any kind of variation.
Okay. You watch as
Would
she
that
goes
be-
about finishing, helping secure things, kind of getting the ship ready to be here. What seems to be, because did you tell the crew how long you guys are going to be here, and what was that time?
We have not. We said that we were going to figure that out when we got here. We had no real idea because magic coin appearance doesn't really give us like a note to say, "Oh, hey, I need help here."
So in that case, this would be the time that
Figure it
Galen's
out.
back. He's handling business. He approaches you, Captain. Any idea how long we're going to be here? Should we bed down, or keep us ready to leave?
We have a party in 3 days.
Or
Right? 4 days. That we've been invited to.
Wait,
So
what?
possibly a 10-day.
Oh.
Minimum, we may be here.
Did you want me to garner any trade deals while we're here?
If you could.
Do you want them? And he kind of takes his hand and holds it over the table, or do you want them? And he takes his hand and puts it below the table.
He looks at him just like, who do you think I am? You do both.
whichever's more profitable.
Exactly. Remember, we are a legitimate ship.
Absolutely are.
May or may not go above and below at times. Okay? As
Very well.
long as it makes us coin and makes everything happy with
I believe-
no real strings.
I believe the words you're looking for are a legitimate ship with illegitimate people.
I knew I
trial
was
on
on
board.
board.
There's a trial on board. He's not trying to start going that way, even though she already knows. But still,
You're the one teaching her.
I know that's the point. He's like, he hasn't said it outright yet, so it doesn't exist.
Right.
But yeah. In the
So,
meantime,
Galen has been tasked with the mass.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any clothing any of you are going to attempt to have made or procure before this particular garden soiree?
I
I
think
suppose
we.
have- Pretty sure we still have our fancy clothes from the
Yeah.
last
You would.
soiree we went to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Some
Red
of
is
it has
absolutely-
some have a few
well,
lines
actually,
of
wait. I
telltale
think Doc
mending.
needs to get new ones. Because Doc was disintegrated the last soiree.
That is correct. Yes.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But Red still has her dress that's pretty much handkerchiefs tied together.
I just didn't want to miss out on letting you guys know that information.
Oh yeah. No, she's good with that. It's a pretty
Okay.
dress.
But yeah. No, Drax still has his good clothes.
Mhm.
Wait, are they damaged from that fight? No. They didn't. No, they didn't hit me that much, so no. If anything, he'll just hand it over to Doc and just be like, whenever you have time,
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Right.
Thanks, Doc.
Red has all and Red has mending too, so she's gonna make sure her dress is good.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember Doc was disintegrated, so his fancy clothes might be ruined.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to remember what Zahn had. I can't remember what she was wearing.
Oh, no.
Some
Zahn
kind of
also needs to get a new one
deep
because she
split
ripped like half the
dress.
dress off.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you were running,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
it wasn't in combat. It's when you were fleeing. That's right.
Yeah. Mm.
Yep. Totally wasn't on purpose. No.
Mm-mm. No, not at all. No.
Not at all.
I mean, Doc wasn't even there to see it, so it definitely wasn't on purpose.
Yeah. All right. So I imagine eventually you would all head to the location given to you, the Aether Spindle.
Mhm.
Good.
I got there roughly the agreed time, just so that way we're not too early. He's not waiting on us, if anything, for long.
So, perched within the kind of the, I wouldn't say ritzy side, but the nicer side of the Artisan's Quarter, you do come across a particularly shaped inn that doubles as a restaurant. The sign kind of standing, floating really, nothing attached to it. Magically, just slowly spinning, the words written around this kind of like bishop shape from chess, saying the Aether Spindle. Within, mostly there is kind of these soothing pale purples. The ceiling seems to be made of some kind of wood that's been enchanted to be just a bit darker and have these little flecks of what looks like starlight in it. Heading in, the first thing you walk to is there's a choice to make as soon as you walk in. To the left, there is a front desk that looks like it's where you would either register to get a room or inquire there, and then to the right leads to the restaurant itself.
He's gonna go to the right.
Well, I knew we were getting close, but I didn't know how close we were.
Oh,
It is
Head over there. Standing behind the desk or the counter, really, less a desk and more an official like podium almost.
Yeah.
Looks to be probably somewhere in her late 20s, early 30s, half elven female with this kind of long, wavy black hair, bright green eyes, wearing, I wouldn't say skin tight, but a well tailored black, almost like cocktail style dress.
So it hugs everything.
Yeah. She's standing over there looking over the book. Ah, good evening.
Evening.
Welcome to the Aether Spindle. How may I help you?
Thank you. We had a reservation, possibly that was put down by Zigmel Smelton.
Ah, yes. Arcanist Smelton.
Mm-hmm.
He is expecting you. He's not arrived yet, but he did make arrangements. And she kind of starts counting out these kind of thick, not made of paper, that's all I'm going to say, but these thick kind of pieces of what appear to be sized parchment.
Mm-hmm.
Gathers them together. If you follow me, please.
Of course.
She
And
turns and starts to walk.
yeah, following along.
Okay. Heading inside, you pass various open tables. You can see some booths, but you are walked to a different section up a very small flight of stairs, maybe like 3 or 4 steps. Before you get to, she just comes to a stop at a wall. You can see she kind of takes her right hand and draws down the line, and as she draws, her fingernail kind of into the wood. Not like nails on a chalkboard, but just audible enough. As she does so, you watch as a line of light is left behind her fingernail, before she eventually just flicks her hand down. The walls open. Inside is a room large enough to hold a 20-person table.
Mm-hmm.
While most of the brickwork is cleverly covered, it is easy to tell that this is an extra dream space room. She leads you inside, sets down each of the little pamphlets. We'll have someone with you shortly.
Thank you.
Of
And
course.
Drac is just going to... He's going to pull out the seat for Red and Eva to sit down, mainly because he's being nice about it. He's not going to touch Zan's because he already knows that's Stockstrap. So he's like, I'm not going to interfere with that one.
Seeing that we're in like a dream realm-esque space, Doc will look to Eva. Would you like me to cast on detection on you while we're here?
I don't know. I don't think he would be here or try anything here.
Better
But-
safe than sorry.
As long as it's not going to cost you too much.
Of course, no, it's not. And I have it prepared, so I'll cast it on her. Takes 1 action. It'll last for 8 hours.
Okay.
Goes to look up the spell for the 10th dozen time. I don't know why, it's just this one spell.
It's because of the verbiage. That's why.
It's so weird, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while all of you are waiting, we'll go ahead and take our first short 5-minute break so we can run some ads and you guys don't miss any story. We're not going to go anywhere. We'll still be here, but we're going to run these ads to hopefully eliminate any pre-rolls you may get. So we'll see you guys in 5.
Freaking Doc's over here hoarding diamond dust? Jesus.
Oh, yeah. He's been hoarding them for like an hour and a half at this point.
Look, we needed a
Hide a
diamond
target
of
from-
a certain amount, and I only had a little bit.
Target can't be targeted by divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors. Okay.
Yup.
Pretty much, if we're looking like at a CCTV
Where's
camera,
my
you are just all pixelated.
Here.
Everybody else we see, you're just pixelated.
Basically,
Yep.
yeah.
I am going to mute
That's-
myself while I absolutely house some snacks.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
fine.
How dare you?
I have Reese's and Kit Kats. I'm set forever.
Mm. I kind of want to wait for us to get the masks for Zon to choose her new outfit.
That's fair.
I don't know.
You start
Actually,
with
Oh,
technically you'll
do
have.
it. Go ahead.
No. I'm sorry.
I
my bad.
was just gonna say Doc was gonna have his fancy outfit based around his plague mask.
fuck yes. Wasn't your last outfit also based around
Nope.
that?
Because
Yeah.
you were wearing the mask at that time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
fair.
true.
So mine was just me being fancy.
See, now I want to try and like find what she was wearing, but that's gonna
Didn't you
take.
post it?
I posted it, but
It got lost somewhere in the sauce.
it's forever ago. I don't even remember what episode it was. What? Control F.
It was 90 something.
Image. All I see are watermelons.
I wonder why. So if anybody starts to get titles and crap, Zon should just be the watermelon torturer.
The Watermelon Slayer. Yes. Oh, okay.
And everybody just wonders why. And it's just because of her sideshow. It's not even because of what she does, really.
Exactly. Oh, look at the babies. Oh, and they got spayed. I like the babies. Da da da. Oh my god, this was so long ago. Oh, when I got them? What was this?
It wasn't that long ago.
And yeah, no, you went way too far.
Did
Yeah.
I?
You might have posted it actually from what I'm seeing.
I think you posted it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all posted our stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find the date where I posted mine, and we'll go from there.
Because it was... Yeah, it was after posting that, so it's... I don't know. It's gone. Welcome back, chat. Hello. Nice to see you.
Just absolutely inhaled some chips.
Yes. Thank you for staying with us during our ad break.
Well,
We hope you went and got your own snacks.
that is the biggest thing I push here. Is
And
make
drinks.
sure you eat. Yep.
Yep.
I'm having boring water because I have to, because I'm a stupid sentient plant, basically.
Yeah. I decided not to.
You need
'cause
water. You need sunshine. Me.
You're not wrong.
You're not.
wrong. No. I totally have fermented water and fruit. Yes. I don't know. Something. It's delicious though.
That's also
Oh,
bubbly.
there we go. I found it.
Let's say, yeah,
Yeah.
if I find it before you do, it's gonna be hilarious.
I sent it to
Mhm.
Doc.
Yeah, it was in our DMs.
Yeah. I knew it was
Easy
one of
stuff.
3 places. So I'm gonna put the on a fancy outfit. Okay. Well then.
Just making one less note so I have something available on hand, because I
How
know it's gonna come up soon.
dare. Reset.
Don't worry,
the
I'll find a way to
timer.
make you come up with something on the fly again.
It's true.
You dare.
That's what I do best. Well, I should say, that's what me and Nyx do best.
Yeah.
Fucking chaos gremlins.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Thankfully, your wait is not long.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably, once the first individual leaves and you notice she doesn't close the gateway, but you do watch she kind of makes a motion kind of this way, and you watch as this kind of faint translucent curtain kind of sways over. Barely a minute or two passes before another individual enters, not your intended guest. This is a human female with short red, very kind of straightened hair, a pair of bright blue eyes, kind of some freckles across her nose and cheeks here. She's wearing the uniform of the establishment, kind of this black cocktail dress. She walks in with a tray of just what looks to be some kind of glassware with water in it. She starts setting it out in front of all of you. Well, good evening. Welcome to the Aether Spindle, at least the restaurant portion of it. What can I get you all tonight? Or will you be taking a full tour of the menu?
Drac is so tempted. It's not on our dime, so Drac is tempted. He, at this point, actually looks to Doc and lets him take over and decide.
Okay.
Well, again, Doc is cooked for everyone here. Doc knows everyone's preferences. I feel like Doc would just order everyone exactly what they would like off the menu.
Okay.
Like, from his own knowledge of how everyone's preferences are. He was the quartermaster for a while.
Yeah.
She just kind of nods her head as you're talking. Okay. As you finish, she kind of looks around. And drinks for the evening? Will water be fine? Or are you going to look for the more elegant side of our drink choices? We have a variety of well-made spirits, wines.
I'd like to sample some of the wine.
Certainly. Red, white?
Red.
Very well. Would you like something deep or a little lighter on the tongue?
Let's go deep.
Very well. And she looks over the rest of the table.
Drac is just gonna go, do you have any meat?
What he
Of
said.
course. Honey or apple?
Both?
He was about to say both too.
And bring you a small cup of each so you may try.
One of you get apple, one of you get honey, and then you just trade if you don't like it. Don't make it complicated.
And the kind of laughs. That won't be necessary. I can ensure you both have your own cup.
Appreciate it either way.
Doc hears in his head, not Doc. I'm looking at I'm just so used to saying Doc.
Listen. Technically,
Used to it.
both characters start with D. So yeah.
Exactly. I blame it on that. Drakix.
Doctor, Drakix, whatever.
Yeah. Drakix hears in his head, just a small glass?
To taste. Don't worry. We'll get the larger one afterwards.
I'm okay. I'm not used to tasting what. Oh, okay. Yep.
And at this moment in time is when Drac actually kind of like takes like a step out of like his own comforts area, because normally he'd just be like agreeing with her, but they are more in a fancy setting. He goes, due to the location and the presence of the fanciness and all that, you have to be a little bit more understanding. They will start off with a smaller glass for you to wet your palates, and then at that point, after you decide if that's what you want, is when you will actually be able to get the larger one. It is just a progression type of a thing.
That seems weird and wasteful, but sure.
Trust me, it is, but also we're not paying for it, so therefore it doesn't really matter.
Welcome
Okay.
to the realm of the opulent.
Yes.
And at this point, when he just goes like, "We're not paying. What does it matter?"
It's true.
There's a reason I said sample the wines.
Yeah.
The individual looks to you, Eva. For you, ma'am?
Do you have any wines you could recommend, perhaps?
Well, that would depend. With your meal, would you like something that can help cut through the flavor or more complements it?
Compliment, please.
We'll go with the lighter side of our white wines then. I'll bring a few out for you.
Thank you.
And she'll turn to Red. Oh my.
Spice.
She gets a bit closer. I apologize. Your perfume's incredible. And she kind of, then she realizes she stepped out her bounds and steps back. I'm so sorry. Oh, apologies.
It's quite all right.
Perfume.
That's what it is to her. She doesn't know.
Yep.
Red unknowingly is just now. He's just gonna start attracting a mass of people behind her.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it just smells so delicious, so divine. No, she's
Where do you
mine.
buy it? Where do you buy it? Please, you must tell us.
Next thing you know, we're running away from a mob of people.
Yeah.
This island wants us to just forget Red Sea.
Okay, but
She's
hear
gonna
me out.
start mixing cinnamon with alcohol and just
Yeah.
spraying it on people.
Like, we're not selling bath water, but we're selling essence of red.
Yeah,
Yes.
basically. For the individual kind of like catching herself, you can see the embarrassment, and she cuts herself short and steps back. I'm so sorry. It's just I love that scent.
Right, I do get that a lot. It's understandable. I'll take a spiced red wine.
Of course. Well, I believe your guest should be along shortly, but in the meantime, I will have your drinks brought to you. She heads out. About 3 or
Immediately.
4 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say immediately. Dractrix looks over. There's like a small, slowly growing dollar sign in his eyes. So red. Possible?
Don't even suggest it.
What are you gonna do? Bottle her sweat and sell it?
No. I'll find a way to make it exactly the same.
Right.
It's just a spice Dractrix. Anyone can get a hold of it.
I could even
but
grow
do
it.
They know that?
Go
No.
go buy
Yeah.
cinnamon, put it in alcohol, and sell that.
That's actually a better idea than what I had. We'll do that.
Right.
Sounds-
Stay out of my
That's all they hear when they
bathwater.
open the thing.
Yep.
Stay
And
out of
in
my
walks
bathwater.
your acquaintance. Oh, well,
Right.
sorry, I'm a bit later than I thought to be. And he closes the curtain behind him, heads in, takes a seat. You didn't order food, did you?
No.
place
We
placed
ordered
order.
not so long ago.
Oh,
You're
I
fine.
already
Just
arranged something.
drinks.
No, we ordered
Oh.
both.
Oh, we ordered both.
Oh,
It's fine. Either way, we have crew, so
Yeah.
regardless of what we can
well,
always.
I
bring the
had
food.
ordered the tour, so
They did not tell us anything.
they probably didn't know. The kitchen staff knew.
That's fine. Either way, we could always bring food back to the crew. I'm pretty sure our first mate will love and devour the food anyway.
It is certainly a rare treat when I myself get to come here, but in thanks for not killing me on immediate crashing into your deck, allow me to repay you. And he looks to Yuzan, partially eating your boot. I am sorry about that.
Yeah. I feel like she has like mismatched boots at this point. She's like found one spare on the ship and it's like a bit too tight. And she just kind of like wiggles her toes in it. Yeah. It's okay. I need to apparently go shopping for the fancy ball thing we're attending. So
Yes, I was going to discuss that tonight. If none of you have any, and again, do apologize for this, but it will be a bit of a opulent occasion.
All right, I
But
believe we've got that
I do know for
covered.
certain a particular house will be there. And his eyes kind of settle on Doctor.
He probably when he knows the doc does look different. Because I'm using the hat of disguise to change my hair color and my skin tone.
I'll say at this point, though, he does know your face, so
Yeah.
he can at least
No.
deduce you from the bone structure.
Yeah, I'm not using anything to hide that part yet.
Gotcha.
Because I knew we would be coming back out.
About 5 more minutes have passed before the red-haired female comes back, and she is accompanied by another individual, a male. Looks like he's in his probably late 40s, early 50s, salt and pepper hair, very well dressed, and he is also holding a tray of drinks. And the two of them together pass out all of your drinks. I would say for you two, it's just gonna be a personal preference between the more kind of fruity apple-based mead and the true blue Puron honey mead.
Drac just takes the glass and downs it immediately. Takes a moment to savor the aftertaste.
Mhm.
Takes a glass of water, clears out his palate, and then does the same thing again with the honey. Leans back a little bit. I will take the honey.
Very well. And he collects your 2 cups.
Mm-hmm. You're muted.
Bitch. It's not a PhD stream without me not talking.
Not gonna lie.
Oh.
Not gonna lie.
Yep.
I was tempted to just.
We really need to put like something like on the stream outlay called your muted counter and just every time.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Son takes each of them.
Like bet
both in her
how
hands.
high it gets.
Terrible. She takes one in each hand. She kind of like sniffs the other. Takes a sip. I can't decide. Choose for me. They're both.
Drac just looks over. Can you just mix them both into one bottle for her?
And you just see this like shocked look on the individual's face. I mean, we could.
I like
I know
both
it sounds
of the.
odd.
Hold on.
I know
hold
it
on.
sounds odd and weird,
on.
but
She's gonna take
she enjoys both.
whatever's left of the regular mead and whatever is the rest of that, pour it together, swirl it together, sip it. I'll just stick with the apple whatever mead. Don't
And
let,
the individual kind of like very hesitantly takes your 2 empty cups now and just nods.
don't
Yes,
let
ma'am.
people mix them. You had to have somebody try. You had to have somebody try it, but I'm not gonna die because of it, so.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
No. Actually?
Fine. I have your stat sheet. I'll roll for you.
Oh
You
no.
have a +5. You got a +5 because you were within
Oh,
10
hold
feet of
on.
me.
Hold on. B, I'm rolling it.
You're fine.
Yeah, I rolled a 17. +8,
You're
plus
fucking
5.
with me. You're fucking with me.
No, I rolled a 17.
I rolled a 17.
Fuck yeah.
The dice has spoken.
Dice,
Oh.
dice tell a story, y'all. The
Yup.
dice
The
tell a
dice.
story.
The dice said it
Yeah.
will not affect Zon.
Exactly.
Red, you only had the single drink, so there's nothing to debate with you.
Yep.
Eva, you are given 2 kind of short stem wine glasses that have like maybe like a quarter pour in them.
Mhm.
They both are filled with a kind of a light gold looking liquid. One is just a slightly noticeably darker.
Okay. She'd test them both, see which one she likes better. Probably ends up going with the lighter one.
The lighter one is kind of like I'll say it has like that crispness to the finish.
Mhm.
It's I wouldn't say it's dry like drinking liquid chalk, but it is a bit more of the drier and crisper end, while still being delicious.
Okay.
And Doc, you are given one short-stemmed wine glass with what looks to be almost completely black, but kind of a shade of red liquid within it.
It's blood.
It does have the same viscosity as yours.
Doc will drink it.
It's
It's so negative.
if you could take the kind of, how do I put this?
It's used for universal math. There's no problem.
Exactly. That's the why.
I hope this makes sense. It's like appreciating a delicious Guinness, but in wine form. It is dark, but flavorful, and it is also it could be a meal.
I have had a wine like that though, so I get it. Yeah, Doc would savor the taste before,
Okay.
A little longer than normal.
She gives you a moment before she kind of
Then-
just subtle lean in. Will this work for
Mhm.
you, sir?
I believe it's perfect. Thank you.
Ah, good. With that, I apologize first of you, since there was confusion. Your food has already been ordered.
We weren't made aware of it until our friend had arrived.
And she looks and kind of locks eyes with Marcus Smelton, kind of smiles and nods. It is good to see you out and about again. He kind of nods. Oh, well, we're not inventing. I actually do know what sunlight looks like. And she kind of laughs. Then takes your drinks that you did not choose or what is now empty, and then leaves along with the other male individual.
Right. Well, wish you mean out and about again.
Oh, well, when I obsess over a project, I seem to kind of forget days and weeks matter.
She looks over to Doc and just nods in understanding. Understandably so.
Nods and spicy brain.
Drac also nods in agreement and understanding because when he finds ruins, he kind of gets the same way. He's just like, yes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Look, every project I have just takes 12 hours a day to do, so.
That is
Yep.
also very true.
Tis true.
Somebody's got to do the enchanting. Gosh.
Jackie's would have these very nice gloves that we're going to be selling tomorrow.
Basically, yeah. Well, despite the fact that all of you laid a rather hefty tale on me earlier, how have your travels been? I mean, call it strange, but I think I almost see you as friends, despite the fact that the first time you saw me, you held a blade to my throat. He looks at Drakex and just gives a fun smile.
Listen, you surprised me. What else was I supposed to do?
No, I get it. If now that I've had time to think and reflect, if someone just appeared in my workshop, they wouldn't even get to speak. I should probably change those. As he kind of looks to the side and realizes he has like some traps ready to go.
Yeah.
At least get the motivation before triggering them.
Mhm.
That's a good idea.
Or maybe get like my mother told me of this magic once of like a scrying thing at your door so you can like look and see who it is versus just, not answering the door or something.
Oh yeah, the circle scry.
Right, yeah. Yep.
They're a common and huge enchantment. They have their own wildly successful business. Circle scry. They have a little jingle that they give to the town criers. Circle scry. You'll always know why they're at your door.
Zon just like looks at herself, looks back to him. I've never lived in a house. I don't.
Oh,
Kalshatar?
That's not entirely true, but
Husbing?
stares blankly. I've heard of it.
Insight check.
Make an insight check. What are you trying to determine?
Does he actually know of them?
Okay.
That's a 2 plus 1. No.
I mean, the realm's a big freaking place. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, he may be smart, but he's focused smart.
Yeah.
the fact that he knows
Broad
about
in
Doc's
knowledge.
Island though is
Mm.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. No. Okay. Yep. You should definitely get one of those. If you don't have one or multiple already.
He grabs a piece of bread, starts eating.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there's food on the table. Why? Son is already eating.
Doc would
Bread
inquire
has been
about
brought
his.
out.
Yeah, Doc would inquire about his most recent breakthrough.
Oh, yes. I think I've solved teleportation over moving islands. Well, when it doesn't come to the long process of making a mobile circle teleportation, I think I'm close to figuring out how to get actual teleportation to work and be able to use it reliably.
That's quite the big step, honestly.
It is. I mean, as you know, teleportation itself, and he kind of looks you up and down again. He's looked over your spell book. How
he
high level
give-
can you cast?
Up to 6th level.
Is teleportation 6 or 7?
Teleport is 6.
6.
Teleport is 6. Circle,
Yeah.
I think, is 7.
Let me scroll down to the list.
I think circle is lower technically because it's a circle. And you have to go to a circle.
No. If we were thinking about it as
It's been too
Um,
long. I've looked at the spells.
as a sense of everything, having the ability to...
Okay, no. Teleportation circle is 5th level.
Oh, never mind then.
Teleport is 7th level.
7th. So he knows. I'm not sure how much study you've been able to put into it, but teleportation circle can go to the circle, but teleport, I don't know if you've managed to crack the code yourself yet. It is viable, but trying to get yourself to a ship, that's the key. It's a better way to make a permanent place that you can teleport to without having to know it. For example, if I wanted to be able to go to your ship, no matter where it was, it would be a lot of resources to make that teleportation circle permanent and mobile. But think I've solved it, and you may have seen my designs in the room. And Red, you immediately recall the semi-finished cube shape that was in his work office.
Uh-huh.
And he begins to use illusion magic to recreate that exact shape. So, as he kind of looks over here, I don't mean to insult your intelligence, I mean it, but if I say something insulting, please know it's just because I'm excited. And he just goes back to talking again. As the individuals come back, they serve you full pour drinks, large, even for Yuzan, mugs. And the first round of the tour comes out. There are 3 kind of large a la carte style trays placed in the kind of down the middle line of the table. One containing what looks to be some kind of a pastry. One this very thin kind of gathering of vegetation, almost looks like a salad. And then also some kind of white and yellow shaped treat, almost in the shape of like a half egg. And as they're laying this out, he is just continuing to talk.
Yep.
And he has the little the little diagram with him, and it makes a full cube shape. So, I figured out that if I want to get anywhere in known space, I need 7 points of reference. And he kind of puts this little dot in the middle of each face of the cube to make 6 dots.
Mhm.
With these, you can know exactly where you need to go at all times. The issue is, how do you get it updated in real, constant time? That's where I'm currently stuck. I can get myself somewhere. Even if I don't know where that somewhere is, as long as I can find a way for these 6 points. And he draws this kind of long 3-foot line, excessively long both ways. But you can see in the cube, they do begin to intersect at pretty much any point in the cube. Figure out how to get these 6 points always updated and known, that I can find a way there. And he begins to kind of chart this semi-curved path over to Yuzon, and it stops right in front of you. And then with a 7th point as the origin, I can move myself, or excuse me, the caster could move itself from point A, and he points to Yuzon, and a little bit of light kind of starburst for a minute, and then you can watch as a pulse rides down the line and eventually ends inside the cube where the 6 lines have come together. Can get themselves from point A to point B. The issue is, how do you keep these 6 points of any area constantly updated and resourceful and less expensive than what the current is?
What is the current method?
The current method is to create a circle teleportation on a specific stone material, and then that itself, the caster must use another expenditure of their ability to cast to locate said circle, make the connection, and then expend their inner arcane resources to make the jump. So currently,
So you need a broadcast station.
Basically, yes. It is a taxing event for even those well accomplished off in their ability to cast that higher tiered magic.
Then wouldn't it be simpler to have a device that is constantly emitting a location signal?
Yeah, but you need to work that into the teleportation sigil. So you need to write or find a rune that can do that.
Yes.
The issue has been the half-life of the power within the sigil. It's always on, it's always broadcasting, it's always using strength. So need to find a way to do it easier. I figured if I could split it over 6 different runes, thus the box you saw, it's a bit cumbersome, but if this could be placed on a ship, it could just be a room of teleportation. Would hopefully be much less taxing on the weave and the user. But he kind of like does drum his fingers over there as he grabs one of the pastries. It's kind of where I'm stuck.
Well, there's some weave tech that operates similarly, just on a smaller scale. Much like the tram system on Wangata. It's connected via tablets. So it's always moving. And you know when and where. There might be a means to your method there.
Perhaps. And he kind of reaches into his robes and pulls out his book and opens it up and kind of writes down the island name. I've not visited there yet, but I have been meaning to.
It is a stationary island. It'd be a good anchor point for anything you wanted to do.
That's a good point. Does anybody try one of the 3 items left on the table?
Is there a question to that?
Yeah,
I'll do
there's
that.
a question to that.
What are you grabbing first?
Whatever is closest to her. Roll a
Closest
dice.
to you would have been the interesting tray of biscuits.
then a biscuit or two.
Okay.
No.
It is a delicate, silver-laced pastry that seems to melt on your tongue and leaves a lingering floral aftertaste. It is served with lavender honey butter and you can't quite place what kind of berry jam, but it's delicious.
I feel like she's not gonna have my eating habits of like trying everything individually and then eating it all together. No, she just eats all of it together. It's like tries the next one.
The next one, it is more of a salad, but all of it has been basically
she wouldn't eat that.
shoestring. Okay.
Salad. Everything but
Then there is
salad.
then of course there is just the basically deviled eggs,
Yes.
lightly smoked and faintly glowing. They've been dusted with looks to be some kind of light purple spice to kind of resemble the starlight bricks around you. Pretty tasty.
I feel like she's like has one in her hand and she sees who's like the least invested in this conversation and looks to Drakix.
Sounds fair, in all honesty.
I mean,
Like
The box.
it's more like he has
Oh,
half
man.
an ear. He has a half an ear to the conversation, mainly because he can use this information as
Yeah.
like to sell off.
yeah.
So it's like it's automatically being registered, even if he's not really paying attention to it.
Yeah.
But he does look over when he sees that she's trying to get his attention. He just goes,
Are these supposed to be glowing?
yes.
Is there a spell? Should I be worried? Are they trying to
No.
poison? No.
No.
Yeah. If I die, it's your fault. She'll eat one.
How many? I was about to say, how many more were on that plate for the deviled eggs?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you. Doubled, there's 12.
That's it.
He's gonna take one himself, and he's just going to, not even thinking about it, just immediately eat it, just to prove to her, like,
Yep.
if she's going down, she's not the only one going down. But he's just
Okay.
like, yeah, nothing to worry
It
about.
is pretty tasty. For being so small, it's packed full of flavor.
Mm. She's gonna make sure to put one on Doc's plate so she doesn't eat all of them.
And so he might remember to eat too.
And that too. She knows he'll get too locked in this conversation. She'll probably put some salad on.
All right.
This is more of a conversation for Doc to have anyway. So Drac is just taking a back seat to this, unless questions are asked of him directly. He's just like, nope, he's gonna let him direct it.
The conversation goes on. Doc, how deep are you going to get into theory here?
Okay, so I designed Doc's behaviors off my own behavior, so pretty deep.
Okay.
I can spiral for 2 hours, you know?
I need you to make an Arcana check.
With pleasure. Wow. The worst I've ever done on an Arcana check. That is a total 14 with a nat 1.
Oof.
Show off.
Dang.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
Unfortunately, the two of you, as you talk, there's no breakthroughs tonight in the
Mhm.
short 45 minutes to an hour you have, but it is about that long before the next round of food comes out.
Doc's probably also still stun locked because he only opened that book, tried to read that book earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
so he can't go past a certain
Very
point
true.
of thought.
Out comes 3, again, trays of food. One of it seems to have some sort of pan-seared skyfish on it. One of it has some kind of poultry on it. And one of it has these kind of large mushroom caps that are almost like served like bowl styled, filled with what looks to be cheeses, veggies, things like that. As it's set down, this time, she stays behind as the other individual leaves. I thank you all for dining with us thus far. Tonight, as part of your tour, we have our Somnum sea bass. It is a pan-seared and kind of floating on a bed of citrus and herbal rice. It is topped with a crushed mint and small petals that seem to, and she kind of looks over it and she kind of takes her hand and waves over it. They've been enchanted to change with the temperature, so when it gets a cool purple to blue color, it is safe to eat. Right now, it might be a little warm for some of you. And she points to the one with the poultry on it. This is the sky-braised herbed quail. It is wrapped in sun-dried leaves and slow-braised over a duskberry wine. It is served with a bit of a glimmer root mash and a drizzle of forget-me-not glaze. And then she points to the last one, and this is our Reverie Stack. It is vegetarian. It is a large mushroom cap filled with arugula, sky cheese, peppers, not too spicy, just enough to give it a kick. And then it is served along with a bit of polenta. Crushed cornmeal and cooked. It's very delicious. It's a southern thing, y'all.
Yeah, I'm used to like the durum wheat semolina stuff. Yeah.
Yep. I actually had a conversation all about cornbread earlier today.
But as she's talking at this point, the male comes back in with the dinner plates and sets them down along with the silverware. Well, I'm not sure if I introduced myself earlier, and if I didn't, I do deeply apologize. My name is Godiva. I am, of course, your waitress tonight, alongside the lovely Brienne. That is a elvish descent.
How do you say that second name again?
And the male individual who you see now is half elf and kind of looks to you, gives a soft smile. Brienne.
Yes.
This is what happens when you use a table for your names.
Yep. It's
Yep.
Yep. I think Zahn is at least culture enough to not call him Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be very much a pot calling the kettle black if you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then again, we
Well.
had Bri the ticket guy, so
Yeah.
True.
I
He
miss him.
leaves. She stays for a moment. And she kind of looks around, and I will be right back with another round of drinks. She
Yeah, because
leaves.
Drac has probably just been drinking it this entire time.
Yeah.
And at this point, he just realized, like, oh, yeah, it's empty.
Yeah. She comes back, wordlessly enters, fills all of your drinks, and then leaves.
Zahn takes a little bit of like.
Mhm.
I feel like the poultry, because we don't get that enough, and the veggies, and puts it on Doc's plate so he has something to eat. And then takes a little bit of everything for himself.
Okay.
Drac just samples everything except for the vegetarian portion.
About this time, Arcanist Smelton does kind of pull the conversation away, Doc, and
Mhm.
well, now that the main meal is here, typically they will not be back unless called for. And he looks to the curtain, and you can see it is closed. So, 4 nights from now, what do you know about your bloodline?
Players great calling all information I know. Majority of my bloodline, from what I understand, are quite powerful warlock to magically inclined individuals. I am aware that my blood in itself is magical in its own way. I do know that our birthmarks designate the power each of us can call upon. As it grows when we grow more powerful, or at least it did for me. I'm making more assumptions than anything on that.
What house name do you know?
Player cannot recall, Brendan. Doc learned any house names for his actual family, other than the Veilborn.
You've not learned of a house name, but you know of a term that family was given, that bloodline was given.
Yeah, the Veilborn.
The Veilborn.
Yeah, just that they were referred to as the Veilborn. I don't know any individual house name.
I see. And he kind of extends his hand towards you as if gesturing, could you hand me your spell book or your journal or something like that?
Doc would hand it over his spell book.
He takes it, he kind of flips to the back where you haven't written yet and opens it up and apparates a quill. Here is the name your family seems to have taken. If one were to put 2 and 3 together and get 7. And he hands it over.
Doc takes it. I feel like that should be an insult, but I get it.
Written on there is VAELCREST.
Hold on, I was not ready to type that down.
Okay.
All right. VA what?
VAELCREST.
Okay. Veilcrest?
Do you say it out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Drakix, Red, Eva. You immediately recognize this house name.
From where?
It has never been made public, but has always been rumored that they were one of the silent contributors to the Blue Rose Trading Company.
The what?
I'm sorry, what?
The CTC. Oh no, Blue Rose Trading Company. Yeah.
No.
Oh, the Blue Rose. Okay, I didn't catch
Blue
that
Rose.
part. I'm sorry.
That's just why I also said,
No, sorry. The Blue
run
Rose
that
Trading
back for me
Company.
real quick.
The
Okay.
particular colors that you saw that one day.
The one day that player wasn't here, but sure, we'll keep going. We got this.
No. The day he lost his ship. The day he lost his cap.
Well, the pregame info.
Pre-game. Yep.
Drac, there's definitely a twitch in Drac's face at that name, but he's trying not to make any overt gestures or anything currently.
I would say, because it would not be difficult to make this connection, I'm not going to ask for a roll. I would say it would not be difficult to see the overlying theme behind the imagery and connect together the various names, flags, and alterations, all circling the imagery of a blue rose. And again, while never publicly stated, this particular house has been rumored to be one of the powers behind it.
Yeah, he's just going to. He slows down his drinking a little bit, like hearing this and realizing he just, oh, lovely, and slowly puts it down and just goes,
Say,
okay.
I'll let you have that for a moment, Drakix. Red, you would know this because of your job before the campaign picked up, being someone who would ferry individuals as arcane protection, arcane bruiser from docks to nobility side of things in the Faydrift district. You would have dealt with this company on one way or another. They never, how do I put this? It's like if FedEx had a past, basically. You knew something was up with this trading company, but you could never really put your finger on it. You're like,
So
This is
Damn.
this is the
You're-
mafia version of
you're
FedEx
shaped.
before they went legit.
basically, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
that is the best way to put it. It's the pizza place that was supposed to be a front, but they made pizzas way too good, so they just
Yeah.
became a pizza place.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. I love it. Okay.
you know, it just makes you respect the hustle even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it.
Oh, she knows.
Okay.
She's brainstorming.
I saw her talking to herself. I was wondering if she
I
was
know.
trying to-
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
No,
No, I'm
Is that
talking
aimed
to
at us?
myself. I'm,
She's truly
Is that
talking to
aimed at
herself.
us? This-
yeah, no, I'm truly, I'm trying to write a reminder thing to somebody in this chat to that time is time.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Noted.
noted.
Timing is timing. Got
Time
it.
is timing.
We'll get to that in like
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Cool.
Draco definitely at this point just go, huh? That's a very, very interesting name. Mm-hmm.
Well, I
I
mean,
just take a longer swig at this point in time.
their influence certainly reaches beyond the island, though they are based here, so it's no
Based.
wonder you have heard of them. By trade, you are a merchant ship, so
Yes.
they're almost competitors, I guess.
Mhm.
Definitely.
I'm pretty sure Doc would start picking up on the
Considering
very
you
the-
nearly slit my throat when you saw my birthmark for this, yeah,
Like,
I definitely
yeah,
pick
he
up.
would definitely pick up on the tone, like, oh crap,
Yeah,
this is the people.
yeah.
That line has
yeah.
finally connected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you nearly slit my throat in public because you saw my birthmark.
And the
Yeah.
plot thickens.
Listen, he
Can-
And I can
Drac
connect
now
one of the
knows.
dots on my little diagram.
Look, Brandon tells us all the time he does bullet points for it, but no, he's just playing connect the dots.
Yep.
Yep. I would just,
Basically, yeah.
I just want to point out that Sana's just eating and drinking and having like such a good time, and she's just like existing at this point. She's like, "Oh yeah,
I will
cool.
say this
That's a
for
name."
you, Levikazan. There's context for everything, even with food. I wouldn't say this is like, oh, it's the greatest food you've ever had. There's anything better. No, not by any means. Everything has its moment.
Mhm.
But in this moment, for what it is,
Yeah.
it's a pretty good meal.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Now, obviously, it won't hold the same sentimental value of the meals you and your brother shared. Maybe the first few times you guys went out
Mhm.
and proved the dad were tough.
Yeah.
You know,
That's canon now. It's absolutely
that
canon.
definitely happened.
And they
Even
totally
though
didn't get.
half the time they end up like being strung like rabbits from a tree because they accidentally triggered their own traps and the frolic comes in like
When
3
they
days
were
later.
young.
It's why the
Yes.
flashback happens and you don't realize how
Yeah.
like much beef her brother had to put on. He used to make a string bean.
Yes, so much. Anywho, go ahead.
But yeah, Drac is just like, oh, that's very interesting.
I think I'll just let that nugget of lore settle with the players as we go take a 10-minute break. We're going to take our big break, y'all. We're going to go to the Be Right Back screen. We're going to use the restroom, get snacks, water, yada, yada, yada. And we're going to run some ads probably near the end of it just so we get the most time out of it. But again, we want to make sure we run the ads on our breaks so you guys don't get caught up in any pre-rolls. So take this time for yourself. Go get some snacks, use the restroom, stretch your legs. But either way, we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.
fucking deaf.
Welcome back, everybody. There's a bit of a Thor is doing a battle near one of our players, so we are down a camera, unfortunately. But that's okay. We're still going to roll and have fun.
Thor said, I want to make sure he knows I'm here.
It's fitting considering this is going to the Lightning Dragonborn.
Exactly.
That's pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Drac versus Poseidon. Let's go. Oh, Zeus, I guess.
Draftics, roll initiative.
I got you. Let's see what I get. Just for the giggles. That's a 13. It's not terrible.
Okay. You're definitely going second.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I know I am.
This modifier
Not
is
any
plus
more
13.
than that 20. I'm not going to go first.
It's a god. It just has a plus 20 initiative.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And the initiative just says yes.
Exactly.
Well, the main meal has been served. Conversation is happening. Things are being kind of given with what Arcanist Smelton is able to scrounge up in the last couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless there's anything specific you would like to try and either pry, request, or talk about, we can move into the rest of the evening.
Is there anything that Red is able to connect, like any tangents, angles, whatever, between the box he's talking about and her box?
I would say it would be no rolls or check required. It's simply just, to him, it was pure geometry. Because it just made sense. If you want to find a point in any given space, you need 6 points. And then wherever those 6 lines can connect is where he's trying to go.
The map gave the same answer for different solutions. Basically.
Yeah, it's purely geometric for him. The only resemblance is the fact that they're both cubes.
Okay. Works for me.
The only thing Doc would probably pry is which members of the Veilcrest family does Zigmil specifically know?
Ah, yes. Let me get to that family tree.
I feel like that would be kind of important information for us to at least know before going in there. So I'm sure we'll be introduced to these people. Or at least Doc would end up being.
So he would give the 3 that would be publicly known. And when I say publicly known, I mean like commonly known. Not so much they keep themselves hidden. It's just these are the names you would know, because it's like everyone here knows who Bill Gates is, right? It's that kind of thing. Everybody knows who Steve Jobs is, things like that. So Nutmeg made a face. Remember, she's Canadian, so.
I also just have a memory like a goldfish, so yeah.
That's okay. So there is Matron Celeru. Golly, why do I make these names?
They're supposed to be human. Why'd you make them elvish?
Because I like the language. There's Matron Celuria Veilcrest, Selurea.
Okay.
There is Cresan Veilcrest, Cressan, and he describes him probably being around the same age as you, Doctor.
With butter or not?
What was
Okay,
that?
Croissant. With butter or not?
All right,
Absolutely butter.
I do have a technical
Where
question for that.
is my kick from server option?
Just ask for it. He'll do it for you. No, I do have a technical question because you say they're the same age as Doc. Doc's been actually aged 5 years. Is that saying the guy's like 40, or is he in his mid 30s?
I would say he would just, not knowing you've been aged, he would just describe as about your apparent age.
Okay, so I mean, to be fair, I think we discussed this. Doc doesn't 100% know how much he's been aged up. He just knows he's been magically aged.
Yeah.
So that's fair.
And then there is, of course, Archivist Ruel, Ruel, who is known as the kind of the House Whisperer, the figure of counsel, the lead on when it comes to kind of outside information coming in.
Okay.
That's the kind of the big three that are seen and well known enough to where their names, I won't say they're house names, but they're in a lot of circles and just they will be recognized.
Drake would ask him, is there anybody that they need to be wary of? Or that
And he would
himself is an enemy of as well, so they know like not to bother them.
Zigmel kind of nods his head and will go back to Archivist Ruel. Archivist Ruel has been a little too long-lived for being human. Many are speculated he has an alternate means of maintaining himself, but no one dares question it.
Kind of has a slight grin to that. Already having ideas, given his own predicaments and abilities.
No, we're not going to say that. Dracula's going to...
I will say for an individual who's so well informed, he seems to rarely leave the house itself.
Got it. Drac kind of looks to, kind of like motions a little bit towards Ava, but being nonchalant, like moving a fork over and tapping the table. But leaves that alone for now. Is there anyone else of note? Anyone that you're wary of that we should be mindful? We don't want to cause you problem as we are your guests.
The whole family?
Even someone who might not be a Velcrest per se, just like
yes, I'm referring to in general.
An academical rival or something of the sorts.
Rivals to the family. Well, strange enough, those that are opposed to them seem to just be persuaded to not be.
What do you mean by that? Like, how exactly?
It's difficult to put to... He kind of looks around. Words. But every time a business would attempt to come in similar lines of work, there would either be a sudden change of location, a sudden change of heart, or be simply bullied through gold. Bought and dismembered. Business speaking, dismembered, not physically
literal. Yeah.
I was okay.
Yep. Drac just kind of like slowly nods, but he knows that it's either way with his own past with them. But he's just like, okay. Doesn't want to bring him into that topic, you know? But he's mindful of it already.
I mean, okay, so this has been discussed in general, like a control half yarn, but Doc would ask, what is their field of business?
On the surface,
Publicly, yes.
They hold specific interests in a couple of businesses that flourish here. It would seem their wealth hasn't really been built on owning a singular, well-known entity, but they have their hands in a lot of smaller endeavors that hold them control and coin.
That would make sense for what I
And
know
of course,
them.
the unconfirmed fact that they are the largest contributor to the Blue Rose trading, or whatever terminology they've come up with today.
That would measure up with my knowledge of the family's past, not their present, and how they would behave.
I would say it probably wouldn't be not well known here. Maybe you could convince or sly your way into one of the business libraries around here and look up any old records. But that's certainly, especially theirs, will be behind lock and key. But you're all mostly capable, correct? I mean, you've survived this long.
Drac
We are-
chuckles at to survive.
We are
If
definitely
you're trying to
capable
learn more about your
individuals.
family, follow the money. Follow the paper trail. Something's written down if they're going to stay this public.
They would also be very quick to chop off a loose end, though.
You're not wrong, but at some point, somebody has to prove they own something.
It's true.
Are there any medical professions in town? Other than the clergy?
There's the simple stitch and sews, but nothing. Are you looking for somewhere to be treated or somewhere that teaches?
Somewhere that would treat unquestionably.
Oh. Well, I would look near the docks. Might be a few places around there that would ask if your name is John Smith, if you just supply the coin.
The dog kind of look over the dragons. Might be worth taking a look. See if there's an avenue through there as well.
Of course, we can do that.
If they're as big and rumors are to be believed, they would need the help of some of the more underbellied individuals to maintain their secrecies.
Mm-hmm.
All of you hear the familiar sign of the swoosh as some time has passed. And in walks Kadiva and Brian. And they take the old plates and set down 3 new ones. You've had enough time to enjoy all the food. The plates are empty.
Yes.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
I imagine this is the desserts coming in or something.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As they're set down, Godiva kind of smiles. And of course, one of the main reasons I still work here, the desserts. And she kind of waves her hand over one of them. This is our Aether Creme. It is a chilled custard. You'll notice it does shimmer with a bit of a shifting constellation look to it. It is said to taste like the memory of a perfect night. There's the Echo Fruit Tart. It is a sweet tart, and there'll be illusory magic put on it. Some of the bites, they will continue to repeat in flavor until you have enjoyed the dessert wholly. It is served with a bit of a sugar lattice on top, and a bit of a, kind of, I wouldn't say crushed, but blended berry compote. And then there is the Chasm Chocolate Drape. It's a rich, warm chocolate cake that seems to almost fall in itself as it's cut, and as she demonstrates this as she cuts it with a knife, and you watch as the middle sinks just a bit. Not like a disappointing amount, but like it's filled with something delicious amount.
Mm-hmm.
And as she pulls a bit back, puts it into a plate, you can see inside is basically melted chocolate. Like a really gooey, like it's that weird line between liquid and fudge, but it's tasty. And then for dessert, she actually cuts each of you a section and hands it to you personally.
Frank is going to thank her.
Of course. And she kind of puts her hand on your shoulder, Drakix. Now be careful. That creme goes straight to the thighs.
he just... Well, better. I need those muscles in order to make sure that I can carry the crew. I appreciate that.
She smiles a bit. Well, I'll leave you all to it. Next, I understand you do have the tour and are paying for it, but I always like to ask. Next will be a round of sort of an evening tea and a bit of a pick-me-up beverage. Does anybody here want a half-strength or not as strong caffeine, basically?
Yes.
As it is late in the evening, I don't want anyone to be up too late if you don't want to be.
Bring it on.
Yep. We're all night owls here. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Tea all around, or something stronger and more of the coffee
Something
line?
stronger.
Of course. All of you, something stronger?
Yes.
She looks around.
Well, not that strong. Unlike these guys, I prefer to keep my constitution intact.
As do
Of course.
I.
Very well. Well, please enjoy your desserts, and I'll come back in about 20, 30 minutes. And as she leaves, the curtain closes.
What time is it right now, Brandon?
You check your pocket watch and realize, like, stunningly, you've been here like 2.5 hours.
It's sunset at around what, 5, 6 p.m.?
For here, with the location of this island, it sets a bit later at about 7:30.
Okay. So roughly almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, Doc wasn't
Trying
doing
to-
too much sleeping, so.
Well, trying to make a placement here. I would say Eva and Red, just through either prior work or happenstance environments, you would at least know that things like this do tend to last well into the evening.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say
Yeah.
Red, you would know because maybe there's a time or two to where maybe one of the individuals you were supposed to protect was actually attacked, and you were to fend off the attacker, and they invited you for the dinner. So maybe you have that experience there on your hand.
Yep.
And Eva, reasons we know why.
Yep.
I feel like tracks also had like these kinds of things, but usually more alcohol involved than food.
I think for Drakix, it would be the hilarious like reenactment to where it happens in like a seedier tavern but there's like
Mhm.
one night where everybody wants to just like, look at us, we're all fancy, and they're like, you know, pouring the drinks like that and just having a good time.
I just love the idea that Doc's a country bumpkin is
They're
doing
bringing
the
out
best.
like the finest meals, which is this tiny
Yeah.
little portion on like a cracked plate.
Yeah.
I love the idea because Doc's a country bumpkin, technically speaking, and he's doing the best fake it till you make it he's ever done.
Best to fake it till you make it he can.
It's the ideal.
Is there any conversation you guys wish to have? You can have it now, or if you think you've pretty much got what you want out of this scene, we can go ahead and close it out and move on to the evening or later evening.
Doc would ask Zigmel if he knows about anywhere we can procure a certain scroll.
Well, I mean, the island's not exactly super well known for its development of magic, but we have our niches. What are you looking for?
Let me find it in our notes. We are looking for a scroll of true name binding.
Interesting. Don't believe I've heard of this spell. Do you know what school it is?
I imagine it's similar to the banishment spell, or maybe planar binding. So conjuration would be my first guess, but that could also be abjuration, I believe.
And he kind of crosses his arms for a moment as he thinks. Unfortunately, no, that is a rare one. You may need to be somewhere else.
Drac will nonchalantly, because he still has the bag of holding, which holds the right compass in it, take out the compass in his hand and kind of like flick it open, thinking about the scroll with the spell.
Mhm.
Which way does it start to? If is it spinning or does it start pointing in a direction?
Are you kind of keeping it under the table, or you just
Yeah, no. He's keeping it under the table.
Okay. As you kind of look at it, glance over to it, you watch as the arrow kind of moves a bit for steadying directly on the doctor.
Drac kind of like flips it, puts it back away, very quietly, not to draw attention.
Mhm.
He probably still has like a little bit left of his mead anyway. Drink it slowly, look towards Doc, and immediately in Doc's head, it's the compass is pointing in your general direction.
Doc knows
Or
he
the
can't
scroll?
respond to Drakic, so...
Yeah. But he's just letting him know that he did it. Not sure if it means you're in your general direction, like that way, or if it's pointing to your blood, considering what chaos and everything else.
Doc would just take a sip of his wine, kind of swirl it, taste it, savor it, and kind of like nod his head, as way agreeing, like nod it towards Drakic in a way of agreeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he figures as much.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be overt about this. But yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to do.
Anybody else have any questions or talking points you want to bring up?
No.
Nope.
Zana's stuffing her face with all the sugar.
Eva?
Yep.
Good.
Okay. With that, the rest of the meal comes to a close. You are brought your respective coffees or teas. Zigmel does dismiss himself, tells all of you a good night, and leaves.
After he leaves, Doc would, kind of stand up, haven't finished his coffee by this point, probably. Look at Drakex. So pointing at me or behind me?
And
Those kind of
he-
move.
At this point, Drac takes out the compass again. And once again, thinks about the scroll of the spell. And focuses. And watches where the needle points to.
As you're focusing, kind of, you begin to really think on the words, the descriptors given to you, and once again, points directly at Doctor.
At this point is when he actually like walks towards Doc and also around him just to make sure that it's pointing directly at him.
Doctor, I have to ask you a question. Where's the book?
Which book?
The Nosh book.
It would be in his bag, which would be.
As you're walking around him, Drakex, you notice the needle kind of focuses on the bag the Doctor carries with him.
Drac actually looks at him and is like, "Do you mind?" And he starts to reach with his other hand.
Not at all. Doc would just kind of like open the bag.
He takes out the book in question and starts to move it away and towards it just to see.
The needle follows the book.
Well, at least that was taken care of in the most matter-of-fact time we've had so far.
I don't know if I should be happy or worried.
Well, it would be a headache for me to deal with it tomorrow, as I can't really do anything with it today.
Damnedest thing.
Almighty. He's going to hand back over the book, close the compass, and actually, as he's about to put the compass away, handing the book back to Doc to put it for him to put it away, he kind of stops for a second, and then opens it up again. And just out of curiosity's sake, he thinks back to the day of the shipwrecking. And the ship in particular that attacked them and everything else. And he's just focusing on that image as he's looking at the compass. Does it just start to spin? Or does it start to point?
It spins.
Okay. He doesn't say anything else to anybody else about it.
Basically, for the magic 8-ball, please try again.
No, he figured as much. It wasn't like he expected an answer. It's just the fact that it was more of a maybe type of thing. But when he sees that, he just closes it, puts it away, and doesn't say anything else about what he did. Well then, shall we head back? Or anything else you guys want to do?
Well, Zahn looks over to Doc. I think I have some other plans that involve you and not being here. She looks at Red, not in that way.
Mine
Drac
is,
already
and I need to
grinning
go
to her.
satisfy my girlfriend, so we're gonna go find a room.
Perfect. Drax, you got the whole ship to yourself.
Well, that and the crew. And Cass.
Good luck with Cass. You're on
She'll be
babysitting
fine.
duty.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna come back to a pirate for a child. It's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as you know that.
Known it from day one, sir.
That's
You
all
all
that
begin to
matters.
head out?
Yeah.
As you head out, you see standing right outside the door to the left and right is Brian and Godiva, and they are both just kind of waiting, smiling. Oh, Well, I hope all of you have a great night and enjoy your stay here. And she kind of gestures towards the front desk. The next few days have been paid for.
Thank you.
Oh,
Of course. You were given 3 rooms.
Lovely.
alrighty.
And she kind of, and you notice now she actually has what looks to be like a wand kind of tucked away in her right hand. And she opens the curtain and heads inside.
Doc would put 10 gold into her hand as she does, though, as a tip.
Oh, very generous. Thank you.
Thank you for being such a lovely host.
We appreciate it. And I would say, let me look at some passives here real quick. Dracix, Red, Doctor. You would watch as, while he's kind of held up Kadiva for a minute, Brian has walked in, and you watch as he has a wand as well. He's beginning to kind of wave it over the dishes, and you all see a familiar effect of the whatever food remains or anything there was begin to be magically removed from the dishes, from the silverware, from the cups.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Doc's plates are already clean, just out of habit. He would do it himself.
Out of habit, yeah. You do watch he gets to yours, it goes, kind of gets like a smile, then moves on.
Zones are clean for a different reason.
Different
She
reason,
just-
yeah.
Drax is also probably clean with the same reason as Ons.
There's Snow White clean, just licked clean.
Yeah.
Just from the
Yeah,
forest
pretty much.
creatures.
It's funny. Drac never did that to the plate, but it's still looked clean.
Still that way. Alrighty then. Well, I will kick things off with Levikazan pulling the doctor away from the rest of the group, and you head down the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're first.
Ah! Why would you give it to me? Because yes, thanks, bud. Yeah, so because it's Doc's birthday, Zahn wanted to do something relatively low-key, but enough to celebrate it. So I feel like Zahn kind of takes his hand, brings him outside, and just starts walking as a casual night stroll. Nothing big, nothing overly fancy.
The hat of disguise, Doc's gloves are fake, so you are touching his bare hands.
Wow, for once. Oh,
You hand-holding heathens.
how dare we?
Premarital hand-holding. We can't have that in this campaign.
In this economy? How could you?
But she's...
What's
What time-
great about this specific walk
Yes.
is that you don't have to go far before something does catch your eye.
Oh.
Not even a couple blocks away from here is what looks to be a walkable garden. Included with the fact that everything within the garden appears to be made of some kind of translucent, solidified light. A dull hum. So even as you walk across bridges or see tables to sit at, and they are physical, they do not too terribly disrupt from the natural beauty of the things grown in this walking garden. You see all manner plant life, some of your home island, some of places you've not seen. Each of them has a little marker with it describing the plant's name and its origin.
I think Zahn would probably find an open area where they could just literally lay down and watch the stars.
Okay.
I know you didn't want anything big and fancy and all that, and you know, it being the day that we arrive, it good timing, bad timing, but
Hard to say.
hard to say. You gotta learn more about your family, which is good. Gotta
Yeah.
meet a new wizard friend. Hopefully we can
Well,
call him that.
reacquaint myself with. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
We
reacquaint.
did. I did leave on friendly terms with the man
That is true.
previously.
That is true. Although hopefully now most of us are friendly with him.
I
So
feel like he's
that's good.
trying to make me his apprentice.
That might be good. You could learn a lot from
Maybe.
him.
He did give me a spell for free,
That is true.
and he's given up all this information and a book.
Yeah. That is very good.
Like, when last I expected to find out and about, honestly.
Mm.
Like I said, I don't meet. There's not a lot of writing off of my island.
No, there's not. Which clearly is, you know, that book is good because it is all in a language I can't understand except for like the.
El Baño.
Yeah.
Give it time. You'll pick it up eventually.
Eventually. But
Like,
I
so I'm
feel.
still waiting for it from you, so.
Yeah. But I figured, you know, leaving them all behind, getting away from them for a bit, you know, think about something other than what we're trying to do. Might be a good break and, you know, the end to a good night.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that.
And just, I think, before they like sit and lay down, I think they're
Mhm.
like sitting there, and Zon like turns to look at him, and she takes off the necklace that has the blue gemstone from around her neck, and she puts it on Doc.
He would take the necklace and kind of like look at it and look at you. It is that is important to you.
And you're important to me. And I want you to have it. You gave me this ring, and a tradition on our island that when you're, I guess, engaged, you also get something. And I want to
guess
give
that's
you
fair.
this. It means a lot to me, and I know you'll take care of it.
You know I will.
Yeah. And she's gonna kiss him.
No.
Aw.
Drakkix, you head up to the room.
No.
Okay.
Drac is not going to head up to the room. Not
You
for
head
like-
out to the streets.
He's gonna head out to the streets. He's gonna go to his favorite haunts, known as the shady corners of the docks.
What are you looking for?
Information vendors, anybody that he may know on this island, even
Okay.
if by reputation more than anything else.
Do me a favor and just
Excuse me.
give me a general charisma check.
I'm good at those, and watch the dice yell at me. No, I'm still good at those. I got a 22.
What's your total?
22.
Okay. You, as you are looking around, you kind of spot a familiar shape. No, it couldn't be. You look again. and you kind of notice their gait, and you can subtly see where there's a dagger tucked away. You see the kind of muscular outline of a probably more bluish than green tinted half-orc. And you look and you're like, that's fucking Velko. Looking at him, you can see his kind of telltale. His clothing is definitely as someone who used to care about appearances. Bit of a faded coat, polished boots, but there's kind of some patchwork done around the gloves. The tusks, this is how you know it's him, are capped with a dull silver. One of them is a bit chipped. That's what really sets you off that this is definitely Velko. You know, he is typically used to move illegal goods and relics through artisan shipments, and he can acquire rare spell components, unlicensed scrolls, restricted magical research. He does some information brokering, but his biggest thing is acquiring and moving of illegal spellcraft or spellcraft acquired items. He hasn't caught you yet, hasn't seen you.
Draka's gonna slowly get behind him.
Okay.
Well, he's not even gonna slowly get behind him. He's gonna stay within 30 feet of him.
Okay.
Look at him and just go, well, the devil appears out of nowhere.
Like freezes. I know that voice. That voice isn't on this island. And he kind of turns to look back, and you can see that familiar one blinded eye of a scar as he has to do the Batman neck turn all the way to see you.
Mm-hmm.
No, and he just starts walking away from you.
Drak, 30 feet. Yes.
No.
I'm a voice in your head. You can't speak
And
back to me.
You watch he ducks down a corner.
Drak just immediately quickly grows.
He's like 5 to 10 feet in. He's like 5 to 10 feet in.
Drak just smiles.
Immediately bear hugs you.
Yeah, no, Drak immediately does the same thing. He's just he expected.
He shakes you a bit.
Uh-huh.
You are alive. Where have you been?
You don't really want to know, honestly.
You're right, I don't. Because if I know, then someone's gonna pay me for it, and I'd rather not tell them.
Exactly. Let's just say the fact that if you knew what I've been through, you would.
He just puts a hand up. Nope.
And he goes, you would both be scared shitless and also be extremely proud at the fact that I got away with it. That is all I'm saying.
Well, you're here now. What do you need?
Well, happenstance or coercion, I still haven't decided yet, but I am here, and I would like whatever information you have on the undercurrents of the island, if possible.
Well, typical business as usual. We keep the correct palms greased, and operations continue as needed. Thankfully, they're not getting greedy, and for the most part, as long as we give them their cut, we're able to continue to get those spices in and out of port. For Thieves' Cant, spices, refer to spellcraft components.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that the beauties are involved, right? And this would be kind of referring to the flowers and of that actual house instead of anything else.
Gotcha. Well, who do you think covers for a lot of our shipments?
Yes, I figured as much, but I figured I would ask just to be sure, because there are different families here. So,
There are. Most are too stuck up for their own good, but the beauties, they've bloomed well.
Hmm. I would definitely have to say, even though they look nice, there's definitely rot involved. But for another time.
Not involved. What are you talking about?
Don't come shit in my flower bed, okay?
Pertaining to what I've been through, I'm not shitting on it. I'm moving it away for you to know. But once again, rather not get you involved in that entire storm.
Well, that's good. Would say there's a few things planned for the next few days, especially with that garden gathering, whatever it is, party happening. We're going to be making a little bit off of that.
Is there anything I can help with? Meanwhile, I'm inside attending to the weeds.
Oh, I realized you were going to be a gardener. Well, in that case, I would look out for anyone with a mask that has any hint of the colors red and gold within it.
And why is that?
Oh, well, there are specific relievers of weight, which you know is basically portraying to people that that's his men, or people, not his, but individuals he knows that will be there to have some sticky fingers while the super rich are getting drunk.
Mm-hmm. He's going to nod and kind of references Galen in the conversation.
If he remembers him.
I'm pretty sure Galen actually left an impression.
You see his eyes kind of roll for a minute as he definitely recalls that name.
Yeah. He goes, well, he's my first mate, as I have helped him once again see the stars.
Wasn't he the one that got you and him almost killed because he didn't find the silver wire hidden in the doorframe?
Yes, actually, we talked about that earlier today. But regardless, it's fine. He actually he helped me a lot for one thing, and part of my deal with him was that I was going to get him back, and he's been with us since. So he would tell him the actual ship name as well, and he would also. Was there anything special that we still needed for the sphere?
Just the scroll, I believe. Because once we get the scroll part, we then need to put it onto the weapon itself. Get to carve the name of the entity. So unless you can give me the actual true name of the Everhunger, I don't think you really can help us.
Oh, we do need the ink.
We need spectral essence, and that's really it. We gotta use a chisel with a chisel infused with spectral essence.
Okay. He's going to ask Velko if he has any way of getting that.
What details do you give him about this material component?
He gives a physical description, like of a chisel itself, but does say the fact that it has special requirements of a spectral kind. As he's not completely magically He's like, he doesn't really know like the actual specifics. It is just based off of the description that he has, is what he gives him.
Do you think you could get details about this item? The more I know, the easier it is to hunt it down.
Possibly. Where would I be? Where would I deliver it, or would you rather come to my ship and get that information?
No, you can find me at the glassback crawl.
Glassback crawl? Okay. I will try to get you the information. I'll probably try to get it written down for you to make things a little bit easier.
That'd be best.
And-
Maybe someone that's smarter than you.
Well, God.
What? Let's face it, you're great in a sword fight. You're a cheat at cards. But when it comes to these things, come on.
At least we know where my strengths are. I appreciate that. But regardless, I will say, due to our history, is there any way that, in case me or one of mine needs anything special of the variety that you deal with, is there an easy way to reach out to you?
If I'm not wandering around, you'll find me 2 cups drink at the crawl.
Got it. So as long as we are not here, I'll have to find a way to get information to you fast through there. Okay.
And you would know basically the lingo. Two cups drink means I'm drunk but functional.
Yeah. No, he knows that. He's already thinking of what to do. We may need to just get another set of sending stones and give him one. Hey, if we have an inn for magically obscure items and spell components, it works.
You just gotta have Doc meet him once, and that's it. And then I can do a sending spell to him forever.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. But definitely knowing that it's going to be at the glassback, he'll grasp his arm, say thank you. Also tell him the fact that we may be staying here for a week, and if he needs at the end of that a way off because he's pissed too many people off, head over to the ship.
I'll keep it in mind. What's your next destination after this?
I haven't decided yet.
Right. Well, when you do, let me know.
Yeah, of course. I'll tell Galen to let you know the moment we have a destination in mind.
All right.
And if you rob him of a coin in a card game, I know nothing.
Got it.
But it was a pleasant surprise to see you. Still in one piece.
Just glad you're still here.
Don't worry. The clouds have been trying to get my ass for so long. I think they've fed up and just keep throwing me back because I don't taste good.
God rest
And
the
which is really true considering everything that's happened.
It's true.
But yeah, at this point he just smiles, pats him on the shoulder, and just leaves. Goes over to the ship just to kind of like check in on everybody real quick. And really just to give girls time, just in case like his room is sharing a wall with them.
Got it. Speaking of Eva and Red, should I just go ahead and just say fade to black?
Yep.
I mean,
Got it.
whoa. Hold on a second. There will
Sorry,
be fade to black, but
Okay.
there is something before.
Okay.
We are
Ah.
keeping this PG-13.
Yes,
Call
I
it.
know. As they go up to the room, Eva probably picks up that Red is being a little more serious than normal. Maybe a bit still trying to be lighthearted, but it's surface level lightheartedness. And once they get to their room, she reaches into her pack and pulls out her urn. She sets it on, I'm sure there's like a desk or a table or something.
Yes, these are the Ritz rooms. There's a king-size bed, there's a study table, there's a small shelf with various books. There is... Yes.
Okay, cool, excellent. So, I have something I've been meaning to give you. Now's as good a time as any, I suppose. And she will open up the top of her urn and pull out a letter in an envelope. And she will hand it to Eva. If you would like, I can read it out loud.
That's
But
up
that
to
is
you, dear.
Eva. Okay, all right.
We can
Is
get
she gonna read
the
it?
written from like Red's perspective, read out loud.
Yeah. Is she gonna read it right now, or is she gonna wait?
Oh no, she would read it right away.
Okay.
So Eva, as you open this letter and begin to read over it, you kind of notice that the inner voice that you have, that you read things aloud into your mind, begins to very subtly, very slowly be overtaken by the voice you've come to know and cherish that Red has. So, Red, if you would, please.
Eva, this letter is a mess. So am I sometimes, I'm sure you've noticed. But I'm writing it anyway. I keep thinking about how this thing between us started with a look. And a conversation I wasn't planning to have. And now here we are, countless miles from where we started. And with a few more bounties on our heads. I want you to know, really know, what's going on in this unruly furnace I call a heart. Before you, life felt like something I had to keep surviving. I wasn't unhappy, not really, but I wasn't living either. Not fully. Not in a way that left any room for someone like you. And then you showed up. Full of grace and fangs and wicked little smirks that make my knees do that ridiculous thing where they can't hold up my weight. And somehow, you didn't just fit into my world. You became the center of it. You make me want mornings. You make me want quiet. You make me want to stop hiding the parts of me that don't sparkle. There's something about you that makes me feel warm in a way that isn't fire. Like I could grow roots. Like I could stay. I want more time with you. Not dramatic, eternity-drenched declarations, though I suspect we'll have plenty of those too. Just time. Hours where I learn all the little things you think I don't notice. Days where I forget what we were supposed to be doing because your mouth found mine before I could start to move. Nights where you read next to me and I pretend not to watch you because you look so unfairly beautiful when you're focused. I've memorized the sounds you make when you're happy. Those enticing little giggles are the background music in my dreams. I'm not
feel
good
called
at saying... You should be. I'm not good at saying these things out loud. But I need you to have this in writing. Just in case something happens as we're hurtling towards what might be a deadly confrontation with the Everhunger. The future is never written in stone. And even stone erodes with time. So here it is. I love you. Not the flashy, fiery kind that burns up fast. The kind that settles in. The kind that wants a second cup of tea. The kind that says, tell me again about your terrible childhood friend, because I love the way you talk when you're annoyed. I'm here. Fully. Truly yours. I'm not going anywhere without you. Just don't ever stop calling me my true name in private. The world gets Red. You get me. And it's signed with the letter A. Enclosed in the envelope are a pressed flower, slightly charred at the edges. Looks like she might have panicked and snuffed it out. It's still, right? It still smells faintly like cinnamon. There's a matchbook with one match missing. And a tiny, awkwardly folded square of parchment with one line scribbled in smaller handwriting. P.S. You make me want to live like I've never died.
Yeah, no, there's just a whole fade to black after that. We're not even going to go through the finer details of
The
it.
camera slowly moves down to just see the wooden floor, and it's just a blank canvas of the wooden floor as sound begins to be muffled, and slowly, very slowly, you watch as drifting into sight
So,
and landing
we
on
talking
the
like-
floor. Shut up, I'm narrating. And landing in the view of the camera on this blank floor is just the letter, and then
And close.
Drac just hears thud, thud, thud through the wall.
He opens it, hears that, immediately closes it, goes right down to the bar and drinks mead for about
So here's the
another 3
interesting
hours.
thing about these rooms.
Oh?
Every room has been enchanted.
Ooh.
You would have noticed it on your way in, Red, that around the doorframe of the entire threshold is a long script of arcane runes.
Mm-hmm.
For your passive perception, you noted this. What is your Arcana modifier?
It is +6.
16.
Mhm.
So you would immediately recognize spells such as silence.
Oh,
You also
yes.
see a familiar spell that you recently saw written down on a piece of parchment, non-detection.
oh.
As you get the sense that whoever the wizard you've come to know as Arcanist Zigmel Smelton is, he either has a lot of weight to pull
Mm-hmm.
or coin to spend.
Nice.
Freaking rich boy.
You're not sure which one it is because he's certainly, to you, Red, someone who probably holds the opulent, rich, and nobles with distaste. He hasn't set off any of the typical red flags. He seems very just wants to uncover the arcane.
Look, gold pulls a lot of weight in of itself, anyways.
Yeah.
It does. But like a mid-90s Dawson Creek episode, we fade to black, and we will go ahead and call the session there.
Oh, yeah.
Great session, y'all.
Thank you.
Y'all.
Had an absolute blast. I've got some notes of my own here to make sure I take care of for next game.
Thank you
But-
for the subscription.
Oh, hey! Thank you
Appreciate.
for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. We're glad you enjoyed our story so well. And we look
Hey.
forward to telling many, many more stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I did see your question about community games in our Discord. That is something we've done in the past. It's just right now I am currently working on a project for Redacted, and that is taking up a lot of my time. So until Redacted has passed, which is sometime in August, they'll be on a little bit of a hiatus. But when I get back from this Redacted event, we'll pick those back up. And I'll do my best to make sure I run the first one.
We do have multiple DMs that have been, you
Yes.
know, in the chair before, so...
We do.
And some who
Could,
might want to try out.
True. Or some might force into
Are
it.
you volunteering, Meg?
I might actually be volunteering.
No. She's being voluntold.
Yes, I'm being voluntold. Hi, I'm your new DM.
We'll figure something out.
Yes.
Well, we will definitely figure something out and make sure that we give back to this lovely community who is here to have a ton of fun. I would love to have you around too. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But it is 9:16 for me, 10:16 for some of my players, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this down for a night. Let them get some rest because some of us have work tomorrow, and I want to make sure we get the sleep you
sorry.
need.
I guess I should be the one saying, I don't.
I don't either.
Unless something's on fire.
Well,
Red can fix
some
that.
of us do. So, have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Please remember, you are loved, you are worthy, and as usual, if you're going to be with your friends, whether it's in person or digital, and you're going to play some games, make sure you always, always have your snacks. Have a great night, everybody.
Mhm.